multi-ethnic meaning different groups of people. But the first one they were calling us multi-ethnic, it was talking about the language and the diversities in the language that we spoke. All the language were connected, but different groups of people had different dialects. We see that sometimes in our own families. You can go on one side of town and they ain't using the same word to mean bad. They might say that's bodacious. And then over there they're saying, ooh, that's wink, that's winkdified. That mean bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's made us multi-ethnic as far as the language part of it go. But then when we had all these, when the Seminole Confederation come together, you had all the different tribes then mixing in together. Because before the Seminole, you could still tell the tribe from one another. Because different tribes had different features. You know, cheekbone, eye, the way the head made, you know, because Do-Right got the egghead. So he from the egghead tribe. See, he from the egghead tribe. And, but anyhow, so that way we're talking about the multi-ethnic was about the language at first, but then when we had the Seminole Confederation, they said we became multi-ethnic then in the point that you had Europeans, you had Spaniards who ran away, you had Negroes that spoke Spanish, and Caucasians that spoke Spanish and ran out. And then in the Seminole language today, you can see some of the Spanish words in it. You can see some of the English word in it. You can see some of the French word in it. It became like another English, another language in itself, different from Creek, different from Muskogee, different from Yamasee, different from Oconee. Because you had a conglomeration of a whole lot of elements that went into that. And if you notice today, most people that we call Caucasian are going to identify with being Seminole, because they know that's the only part they had. As far as actually getting the Indian blood in them like that. Because before, when we were fighting to free them, the slave, the black one and the white one, we were fighting to free them, we still didn't so much mix our blood with them. We let them in our tribe, but we let them marry among themselves. We taught them our way. And those who learn our system of government start waxing pretty rich. And then they became the sons of the Confederacy. The Confederacy was the Seminole Confederation, the Creek Confederation, the Hitachi Confederation. See, because the Creek Indian was different from the Oconee Indian. They were all dark-skinned people. But they were different. So they had a different language. They had a few, their customs was a little different from ours. We did not interfere in the way they did their government affairs. They didn't identify, but they used what they called the Muskogee language for intellectual, for treaties, for this, that, and other between them. And it was a language based on all of the different languages that were there. So they took some word from the Oconee. They took some word from the Eufaula. They took some word from the Yamasee. They took some word from the Apache. Because the Apache is another, what we term today, Negro. I use Negro because that's the word that most of y'all know. We're talking about Melanin people, but the difference between Melanin people, even black folk. Some of us are more like red, like Do-Right, brownish red. Then you got some folk that the mold, they black. The real moles here, they black. The one that look like us. But you got moles that look like Caucasian too. And they know they moles. And the moles look out for one another. And the moles like to play both sides to the middle. So the black mole that look kind of like me will make people like me think that they got our best interest in mind. But then they go over there and sit over there in the city hall with them white moles or them white masons. See the truth coming out on them now. And it's a whole lot of shaking going on. But that's just, you know, what it is. So the Seminoles became a confederation of a lot of different elements, a lot of different tribes. The Tallahassees, the Oconees, the Tampa Bayans, the Eufaulers, the Mobile Indians, the Yazoo Indians from Mississippi. Because what you have to remember, at that time, our nation was on attack from all angles and all sides. You had the English coming down on us from the north, out of the northeast. You had the Spanish and the Moors coming and attacking us on the east coast, the southeast coast, in Florida, coast of Georgia, coast of South Carolina, and around the Gulf War, around the Mexico Gulf of Mexico, around that side of Florida too. Then you had the French coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico through the New Orleans area. And then you had the Mongoloid tribe coming from us from the northwest that they don't get too much talk about. Because they knew here in the southeast, the Creek, Muskogee, Yamasee, Oconee, Eufaula, whatever name you want to attach to them, even Apache, they were one of the richest nations it was. So this was a well sought out plan. It was an attack on us, on our nation, from all sides. It was a confederation of people who were fighting against us. And do right, try to tell y'all ain't got to believe it, but the information be coming out. It's going to be coming out in the next few days and weeks, months, and the years. The information going to be coming out. Do right, just going to put it on out there now, so he'll give some people the heads up and know which angle they need to look at when they read. Because you'll confuse yourself if you ain't got a point of interest that you read and studying for. All you doing is just going through a whole bunch of information. And then a lot of times we'll confuse you because Do-Right was like that. He was dealing with a lot of information, but he didn't have no purpose or no start point in which he started using things until he took his book. And you can use your book and get the same thing. This Do-Right book, the book of the freak called the Bible. When I started running things through it and seeing myself, okay, well, this is your massive, they're talking about the massive people. Because Do-Right can show you really the information, the Americas is older than the Africas. It's older than the India, than the China. The information left here and went there. Our people took the information there. They knew we were here. They knew why they was coming here. You are the Moor. You the Moor that was over here. Moor means black. You the Moor that was here. You were the black one that was here. It was your empire, not their empire. It wasn't no Mo-ish empire. You Ali told us that so we'll recognize them Negroes and them folk when we see them, when we understand that Moorish science ain't nothing but Masonic. And most of the white boys be in the Masonic, and the black one want to be in the Moorish side, and the white Caucasian when they'll be in the Masonry. But us Indian, we deal with the Masonry. We don't deal with y'all Mo shit. We read y'all shit, but we know y'all trying to get us looking back over the water so y'all can have over him. Just like the Caucasian looking Mo trying to tell the Caucasian looking native that was already him that they from Europe and want them to look and go home. But I told y'all he from the Egghead tribe. And what they started doing was stealing children. The Moles, Masons, all these that got these little secret groups. They want to make you say some oath. And more signs the same way they want to make you take an oath for some stuff. You know, you got to pledge allegiance to some. And all that mess. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It really is. It's the same thing. It's just that the dark one run the Moorish sign. And the white one run the Masonic sign. It's the same shit. The Moors just mad because the Caucasian kicked them out. And don't give them no part in government because the Caucasian can't trust them. Because they look too much like us. And the Caucasian colorblind. The real Caucasian is, you got native people that look kind of like Caucasian because they got different hair textures and color like the Caucasian. But the native people, they look more peachy looking. They ain't that dead, they ain't that dog red looking or that pale looking. They like peachy, tannish looking. And then you always see get the pale ones always trying to, they ain't got the natural. You know? But then you have to be careful with that because you got them Italian looking moles that kind of look like them. If you don't know what you're looking at, then you won't be able to tell the difference. Do-right know when he see you, he already know what you is. He already know what the dominant bloodline in you is. Just by your features. Where your head shape, etc., etc., etc. But anyhow, the Seminoles Confederation were the children of mainly two stock of people. And that was the Yamasee Indians and the Oconee Indians. Now Yamasee and Oconee Indians, they cousins. They're the same people. But they still a little different from one another when you see them. The Yamasee Indians were more they were more stocky built. And their average height was about 5'8", maybe 5'9", to around about 5'7". They were just a tad bit taller. Whereas us, Oconee Indians, we were more shorter, like do-right, 5'5". Our average height was about 5'7" for the taller one, down to about 5'1". My grandmama, she was like 4'11", 4'10", so she was a little bit of something. When I was 10 years old, I was about her height. I used to look up to her and put my shoulder up to her when I knew not to get wrong, but she slapped do-right teeth out of her mouth because he had teeth in.